Ah, ah. They were like, yo, this is like the ultimate discovery music. Hey, Dominicana. Yo, 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 my friends, welcome to Hagen Hauptbahnhof. We'll be running an all-serve stop service to Siegen this evening. Climb aboard and get the train set up for departure. Very thunderous morning in Hagen. So this is just a YouTube video, nothing crazy. I have a friend that's interested in seeing this game, so this video is for him to watch. But if people like it, that's fine. That's the headlights. This is the CFAS security system. Oops, but I should probably get everything ready first here. So the SIFA is a system that shows a light on your screen every 30 seconds, and you have to press a button when that light comes up within 3 seconds, and if not, the train starts the emergency brake. So it's a way to kind of like make sure you're awake and you're not sleeping while the train's driving. Still got some time. Some freight train coming. This is a very freight heavy area here. I like doing freight operations because it's just simply easier than doing passenger operations. You're not really like timed. So kind of more of a chill ride, essentially. Alright, so we got a green and yellow light. What that tells us is that we have to proceed after this point. We're under 40 kilometers per hour. But it's because we have the safety system in place, we can see that we have to remain under 45 kilometers per hour anyways. But because we're cleared with the green light, we can kind of override that. Oopsies. So still out to be under 40. I have to turn the lights on a little bit. So the reason why we're at 40 kilometers per hour is because we're changing tracks right now. Now that 10 signifies that we're good to go to 100 kilometers per hour. What? Interesting. Put some sand. Just to have some traction. Those two green lights indicate that the next the next kilometer is clear. That you're clear to go, because each light in between each light is a kilometer. So you know, if like two green lights is this, that's more of a distance marker. So it's saying, yo, like the next kilometer is um, clear. And then you're gonna see the actual light you gotta pay attention to. which is this one, but this one says we're good to go. So while we're good for now, beautiful, beautiful. Look, people driving around, beautiful countryside, German countryside. Just gotta see. Oh, nice. Oopsies, what was that? So essentially, how this main safety system works is that that white light means that the next main signal is going to be closer than usual, which is this one here. But we're good either way. So what PCIe really does is it's mainly like, from at least from my understanding, it's a speed control, and it's just making sure that you're just working within the confines of the system. So obviously you're going to follow the speed limit. When you see the signs come up. What really the system takes place is that you really obey the lights. If a light is displaying yellow, that means that you absolutely have to slow down. So if you're passing by a yellow light and you don't acknowledge that you passed by a yellow light within 3 seconds, then the plane will deploy the emergency brakes. And it does that because maybe it means that maybe the driver's unconscious, or he had a heart attack or something happened that the driver wasn't paying attention, which means that lives can be endangered. So it's a safety system for that reason. So far, you know we're only having good greens, so we've been clear so far. And yeah, we're doing good. It just makes sure is that you're within the speed limit, that you're paying attention to the different traffic signals, essentially. You know, and see that white thing, that white light that came up. That's just the other safety system I told you about that comes up every 30 seconds, and you just have to acknowledge it. Press a button. Make sure you're not dozing off. So we're nearing the first station now. I know on their new routes, they have it where you can hear the intercom go like, all right, like exit on your left, next stop, whatever. I wish they had it like for every route that they did. they weren't so lazy. This is much of a more of an older route. So that 10 means we have to go we have to be at 100 kilometers per hour or below, and that's going to be the new speed limit in a little bit. So as you can see, I lowered my speed to about 100. But as now, that's the new speed limit. So when you see a light, when you see a number in orange, that's essentially telling you like, hey, um, expect this to be the new speed limit coming up. So slow down, especially if it's like you're at a higher speed limit coming in. Oh yeah, hard stop, low key. So we got some time until this is what the trains actually do look like in real life. Got some time to walk around, smoke a cigarette, right? The end of the game, you have these like scavenger hunts where you can find posters or something like this one. This would like this would be blank normally, but if you found it or touch it, it would like you know fill up again.
Vorsicht bei der Einfahrt.
Bang, uh, stick track. Sometimes the person that collects the tickets will blow a whistle. That will let the driver know to shut the doors off. Well, because we don't have a ticket guy. Normally, you just look out the window. Ready to go. Excuse me. Give the brakes some time. Start that throttle. Put a little bit of sand. Just to have some grip on the track, on the wheels. So remember, we are at 100 kilometers per hour still. Apparently now we're at 90. That's the max speed limit or expected to come. See, 90, yep. That's the speed limit. So that's the thing about train driving is you're really just paying attention to speed limits and signal changes. So just signs and lights, that's what you're just really looking out for. The rest is you're just paying attention on the speed limit, making sure, there's no loony ticks on the track. 10 meaning that now the speed limit is 100 kilometers per hour. 100 kilometers per hour is, I believe, 60 miles per hour. Oopsies, did not mean to go that deep over the speed limit. We do got to slow down. We're approaching the next station. But the goal is you want to be about 40 miles per hour once you enter the station. Reports have been received of worsening conditions. Maintenance crews are out on the line in case of any disruptions. We'll update you once we know more. For now, continue as normal. Oh snap. It's getting crazy out there, huh? Look at all these amazing people. Honestly, even though you can't really do this in real life, if I was a driver, I'll freaking hit a vape while I'm driving. Smoke a pipe. Especially like if I'm doing like those like long bullet train journeys, which typically take like an hour and a half. Like the ice trains, like I'll be a driver to smoke a cigar. Right now we're just waiting for the time to end or the time to go. I'm about to close my doors now. I mean, dude, look at this detail. Beautiful, beautiful. Like, it really feels like you're in Germany. But yeah, Dovetail, if you're watching this game, if you're watching this video, Dovetail Games, please like update all the old like maps and the old routes. So like if I'm playing like Nordsig Nord or whatever, or like any of the old routes, like I could still have, you know, the train computer saying like next stop is to so and so, or I can have where you know we go over a cross track and the train does that bounce like you know it's like all of the new stuff that you guys done for these new routes like you should implement them also in the old ones too because I feel like that definitely adds to the immersion of this game even further. And like there should be like a rule of thumb that whenever you guys release a new train sim world, okay, so 8, see, that means that we have to go. It's a warning saying we have to be below 80. Like this is critical that you're below 80. And notice that when I pass that, I have to acknowledge it and see that this yellow bar came up. This yellow bar is saying that I have to be below 85 kilometers per hour and under, I think, 175 seconds, I believe, or something like that. In the safety system, like pretty much like if you have to be below that. In this case, we have to be in 80. I'm at 83 right now, so I'm pumping the brakes. But see, now the new speed limit is 80. I can see why they put us down to 80 kilometers per hour, because we are in a pretty urban area. I know like noise complaints are a thing in Germany. Trust me, I lived there for 3 years. But I mean, what a beautiful country, man. That's another reason why I like playing this game is because the environments you see in here are accurate to an extent. I mean, it's not as detailed as, real life, but you can get the idea of, wow, like this is exactly how the city looks like. Like these are apartments, these are here, you know what I'm saying? And like some of the train stations that I've been to in this game, like I've been to in real life, and it looks exactly the same. And so, a big reason why I love playing this game is because it brings me back to when I used to live in Germany, and it was a good time, and I really enjoyed my time there. It was a very beautiful country, very great, beautiful, kind people. I mean, like if I can go back, I can. If I could live there right now, like if someone came up to me, he's like, "Dude, I got you a house over there. Like you could live there for free, whatever. But the problem is you're isolated from everyone, like from your family. Like you're starting a new life." I'd be like, "Hey, man, I love y'all, but I'm out." It's just such an amazing country. So we're now about to approach our station, so we're gonna start pumping the brakes. So our homie over there doing a little honk. Let them know that we both in this together. Nice castle, right? This is how this town would actually look like. I mean, how beautiful is it, bro? That's how Germany is. Just beautiful, man. Yeah, I mean, I can see why people say train driving is so boring. Because imagine this. Look how quiet it is. I honestly like it though. I think it allows one to reflect on himself, reflect on things, think about things. I feel like train drivers don't really need to have stress in their lives a lot because whenever they have problems, they just have to go to work and then they come back from work already figure out their problem because they're just driving a train for miles and miles all day, and all you have time for, unless obviously you're paying attention, as you're driving, but besides that, you have all the time in the world to think. Oopsies. Another thing about trains is that you have to work on finding that balance because the train is always constantly going to be in fluctuation in speed, especially in Germany where it's so hilly and there's lots of hills. There's going to be lots of fluctuations in gradients. There's going to be steeps and dives all the time. So, you're constantly trained. The train's most of the time is going to be going up or down in speed depending on its own. So you have to find that sweet spot on the throttle to where you have enough power to overcome the constant, steep incline, but at the same time, you're like not going too fast where you're just increasing in speed and you're potentially going against the speed limit. You want it where it's just like you can hold at like a 90, but you're still at an incline. Okay, so now we got 90. Also, Dovetail Games, if you're watching this, for some reason, a lot of the new routes are missing speed like limit signs. Like I don't really see like notice in the top corner, it shows you like the speed limit, but it tells me the proper speed limit. But when I look at the ground, I don't see the sign. So how do I know if I'm playing in like and with no HUD on? How do I know I have to be at 90 kilometers per hour if I don't see a signpost? So I think you have to look into that, please, if you can. 'Cause I think also breaks the immersion. My thing about games is immersion. Like a good game is a truly immersive game where you're really like in that situation. Oh, it scared me. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so you see now it's a yellow light, which means that we'll probably have to slow down. And probably gonna be a red light after this. Communication has been received that there is debris in the line ahead caused by the storm. To try and maintain the service, you'll be routed along the wrong line ahead. Be aware you're restricted to 70 kilometers per hour. Oh snap. I mean, beautiful city, right? Bus there. This really brings back so much memories. Like, I honestly love Germany. Excuse me. So that means that we're changing tracks soon. As we just did right now. Well, we got 11, so we are good to go at 111. I will admit this train is very responsive, but it's not necessarily the fastest in acceleration, in my opinion. It does say we have to be at 70 miles kilometers per hour. I'm trying to see if it's right at the diversion. Oh, I see. So that yellow light, that means that the next light is going to be red, meaning stop. So this is your slow down period. So obviously, once I pass that yellow light, I have to acknowledge that I passed that yellow light. Otherwise, the train's safety system's going to think, hey, he did not acknowledge that he passed a cautionary light within the time frame. Something happened to the driver. We have to deploy the emergency brakes. So now, because this is a cautionary speed limit, I have to limit myself. Oopsies. Um, I have to be below 85 kilometers per hour because that's kind of like the slow down or safety range, I would say. And then once you get closer to the red light, you have to be at an even slower distance, which is the minimum of 45 kilometers per hour, as you see here. And I have to be, pretty much, I have to stop before I repass this thing, which I'm surprised this train been taking a long time. Okay, some more debris on the line. The storms seem to be getting crazy. For passenger safety, we'll be terminating all services at Plattenberg. We'll be routed to platform 3 there. I know that if I'm a train driver. Okay, so notice that the light is red. I cannot pass this light. It's red. You cannot pass this point at all. However, I have to call the light guy to make sure that I'm allowed to pass this light. So in 1 second, get the phone contact or denied. Wait for a signal to change. Now I called him because sometimes you'll have red light, but you're still able to pass with special permission. But that just means that nor if it wasn't you receiving special permission, anybody else you couldn't pass. So now that we have to wait to this light to change, as a driver, I have to inform the passengers and go on the like comm system and say, "Dung dung dung." Hallo, meine Name ist Javier Trinidad. Guten Nacht. Oh, my German's so rusty. But I would say like, hey, we have to terminate all services at Plattenberg because the weather's crazy. We apologize for any inconvenience. And thank you for everything. Thank you for choosing Deutsche Bahn. So we're gonna go at a good 60. Dang, they still got the freight guy going though. That's crazy. This train is so delayed and it's braking and throttle. It's so weird. Oopsies. All right, here we are. Hey, beautiful. All right, so we're gonna be away from this train, so it's good to, make sure everything's on standby. It's the neutral, so we're going to do at least 6. Turn this off. Signal lights reduced. Or headlights reduced. And then you would always have to put the essentially the parking brake. Forgot where that was. Necessarily need that anymore. Forgot. Oh well. Then once I got my jacket and everything, and as a true driver, smoke my cigarette. That's what I would have done. Dang, there's still people in there even though they're not supposed to. I already clocked out. Not my problem. So yeah, that's pretty much how this game is. Like it's so realistic. The scenery is so realistic. Truly beautiful game. So relaxing. Really nice. You should definitely should try it out. But I hope you enjoyed it, my friend.